All right, so let's play this clip. I want to play this clip of Bill O'Reilly. I don't know if you were aware of this, John. I thought maybe you would enjoy this clip.
Okay.
Bill O'Reilly is back. He has a new set. It's a professional-looking set. It's the No Spin News at BillO'Reilly.com.
Oh, so he's producing his own show now.
Yep, and we get a good sense of where he's going to go with this show. Here's Bill O'Reilly.
For a long time, skin color really wasn't much of an issue. 80s and 90s, you didn't hear a lot. Yeah, you always had your
Pause it. Now, John, I know that you, back when you were at Northwestern, you were a history, you got your master's in history. You focused on the Holocaust and what was going on in Europe. Mm-hmm. But as someone who had at least some basis in history, was skin color not an issue for a long time in this country? Was that it's been a lot, like, was there no like skin color not so much an issue?
I think during probably around 1980 through I think around 2000, it was not.
2008, right?
Oh, you mean like when Obama was elected?
Right.
Yeah.
It was not an issue.
The 80s and the 90s were pretty much, historically speaking, although like you said, my concentration was a lot earlier in Germany. But I think 80s and 90s U.S. history was, it was kind of like the no issues couple of decades.
Right.
They remember
right.
German O'Reilly,
yeah,
Jews weren't a big deal in the 30s. Right. And then check out the list.
Judaism was pretty good in the 20s. The 10s and the 20s.
In the 20s. Judaism was fine in the 20s. Now they talk about it all the time.
Nobody complained about it.
Nobody. Now listen to the list of people, though. There were some people who brought stuff up in the 80s and 90s. And
who did talk about race.
Interesting commonality in this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any. Personally, I don't remember any really skin color issues going on in the 80s and 90s of this country. So O'Reilly might have a point.
Right, here it is.
Much of an issue. 80s and 90s, you didn't hear a lot. Yeah, you always had your Farrakhan's and your Sharptons. Always had those people, but
you always had your
Jackson, they were race hustlers. It was a money thing, an industry thing. But now, whiteness has become the issue.
How awesome is
whiteness? Right? So if you're a white American, you are part of a cabal that either consciously or unconsciously keeps minorities down. Therefore, that has to end, and whiteness has to be put aside. That's what the border is all about. The open border people, and believe me, this is behind the movement in California and in the Democratic precincts. Let everybody in. Everybody in. All right? That would diminish whiteness because minorities then would take over as they have in many parts of California. That's what that's all about. Mm-hmm. Getting whiteness out of power, particularly white men. So the Me Too movement very closely aligned with the progressive left.
Particularly me.
Very, very closely aligned. Get those white guys. Get them.
Yeah, get those white guys. Get them. Get the white guys.
Now, Michigan State professor Riyad Shahanigan and a graduate student there named Annabelle Estera put forth that...
That's the best.
Let me just quote it. The
really
professors cite a review of
All right,
websites.
pause it 1 second. Here we go. Now they're going to do, he's going to dig in on this. Estera.
No, he's like Rebecca Estera. Telemundo.
Estera. All right, so let's hear the report.
Out of respect.
Here's the report.
Have put forth that, let me just quote it. The professors cite a review of websites where they discovered that whiteness is not only evident in stock photos, pictures, all right, but that whiteness was entangled with patriarchy, homonormavity. That is a word used to describe instances of privilege
trying to say heteronormativity?
outside of the LGBT community. All right, so you're seeing this almost every day. I tell you about this almost every day.
Every day.
That the white people, whether they know it or not, are pressing and macro aggressions for the minority community.
Pause it. Can you imagine the idea that white people would create a macro aggression for the minorities? Where's these ideas ever come from?
He's got it all right so far. I don't see what the problem is.
You know what I love is I like
Exactly.
in the Blacklist where he's like, you could tell he's really out of it. And I think what he was trying to do for a second there, because when he was on Fox, he was much tighter. He would be like, Sharpton,
Right, he
Farrakhan,
sounds
David
like-
Duke.
Well, they
And
had it
he's,
written for
He's
him.
looking for the white guy to mention. He's just like, Sharpton, Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson.
Right.
Another black guy.
Another black guy. Well, he doesn't have to do that anymore. He doesn't
Well,
have
is
to.
this like is this a function of like him doing it like in his basement, like he's bunkered down? And,
I don't know.
you
This is actually the set is actually looks like fairly legit. I bet it's
Yeah.
pretty small, but I think it's also a function of him saying like I'm looser now. I'm looser, and really the key is what I've lost. I may have lost a step in my broadcasting ability, but I'm making it up in my full-on white racism. Here we go.
racism. Yeah.
Exactly.
So therefore, the white people have to be swept out of power. You gotta get them out. And let the LGBTs and the minorities,
The LGBTs.
and all they have
Pause
to.
it. Just for folks at home, I should say it is possible to be white and be LGBT.
Yeah, but not in LGBTs.
Not
I
in
like that's a whole other
The
thing.
LGBT. Yeah. That's my favorite roller derby squad.
The LGBTs and the minorities and all they have to run.
He's practically rapping.
That's what this is all about.
There you go. That's what it's all about. So, John,
Yep.
I'll let you have the last word. What do you say?
I'm gonna tune in to Bill O'Reilly for sure.
What did he say that was wrong, Samantha?
There you go.
Can't.
Homo natavirally.
Homo natavirus. You can't fight him on facts, so you do liberal slime.